Oh, hi, you're back! Welcome to the second part of this epopea that is the 31 Halloween movies that I personally have chosen, aka the best. So without further ado, because we all know I talk a lot, let's jump right back into the fourth category of this. Have fun! Alright, next category is the supernatural one. So number 16 and the first one in that category is Van Helsing. Yes, the legendary character of Van Helsing, the vampire killer. Van Helsing is sent to the far east of Romania to kill vampires, obviously. And of course, he runs into Dracula and a sexy girl. I don't know what else you need to hear to go watch that movie. It's got vampires, Hugh Jackman, a very cool goth vibe, and I was obsessed with that movie growing up. Check it out. Number 17, now that movie. I'm talking about Fright Night 1985. It's been a while, but oh my, when I discovered it, I was maybe 9 or 10 and it was summer, so nothing to do, no school, and I would watch it every morning for at least a good 2 weeks. Now I saw there is a remake of it that I wasn't aware of. Or maybe I was, but I wasn't paying attention. Anyway, haven't seen it, can't compare, but 1985 is your go. It's always your go. Pick the original. Always. Remakes are always disappointing. They're just like, now we can do CGI stuff. It's cool. But actually, those weird ass slimy puppets who scream in distortion all the time are actually much more terrifying in my opinion. Anywho, the story goes like this. There's this guy who really likes horror movies, and suddenly he's got new neighbors, and obviously he's just like, vampires, these guys are weird. Talk about jumping to conclusions, and then he tries to tell other people, obviously like his friends, the police, nobody believes him, I mean, fool. So he ends up like intertwined in this whole vampire thing with his only companion and help is like this actor who I think is a vampire killer in a show on TV that's called Fright Night. If you can pass by the little puppets that look a little weird, you're gonna do great. Let's keep going with the vampire movies. So film number 18 is Twilight. No, I'm kidding. I actually considered it for a second, but then picked the obvious choice. 1987, The Lost Boys. Cry, little sister. If you know, you know. So there's a story of two brothers who move into a new town in California, and they soon realize that something is wrong since the cool kids in town are actually vampires. It's this whole thing about the brothers trying to protect their mom from the vampire she's dating, the main guy falling in love with a vampiress, by doing so becoming one of them. And woo, it's a ride. Movie number 19, and here we go again with another vampire movie. Modern actually, 2014. I've seen it so many times already, it cracks me up every time, and honestly passes the vibe check because I feel like it didn't try too hard, and it somewhat kept the authenticity that a vampire movie should have, if that makes sense. I'm talking about What We Do in the Shadows. So I know they've made a series, but before it was a series, it was a movie. It's a mockumentary about 4 vampires from different times who are roommates.
And they were roommates.
They kind of struggle with modern life, as we all do, but they're vampires, so they got different issues. If you want something light that's still got that dark, spooky vibe, that's the pick. Seriously, it's great. Number 20, we're going in 1996 with The Craft. Woo! That one ain't about vampires, people. That movie is literally on every list that I've seen for obvious reasons. It's great. And it's about witches. Honestly, I thought I would have more witches movies in that list, but it's about these 3 girls who have always been outsiders at their high school, and then this new student introduces them to magic. Black magic. Obviously, things don't go all so well. But yeah, where are my witches movies? Because I like them a lot. Jumping into the 5th category and the last one. Childish, funny, spooky, the good stuff. Movie number 21, The Addams Family. I don't even think it really needs a presentation all that much. If you don't know them, in what world have you been living? There's a creepy mansion, vibe check. And if you really don't know what it is, it's about this family who likes torture and everything dark. Just to put it simply, to make it short, I've personally seen the 1993 movie, the second one more, because that's just the one we had at home. The first one, a classic too. It's really your pick. Pick your vibe, pick your poison. Number 22, another modern movie actually. I'm going with Hotel Transylvania. I know I kept saying that modern movies don't do justice to the vibe. That one is all animation, so it sort of cancels it out. I don't know, having a lot of monsters all together, all that mixture of radioactive colors rolls me back to the Halloween of my time. When everything was Halloween decorated, there were no Christmas decorations in sight before Halloween even happened, or before it was even October. Oh my god, that was a great time. Quick synopsis if you don't know this. Dracula created that hotel for monsters so they could live hidden from the human world until there's the human who found it and fell in love with his goth vampire daughter. Number 23, and I'm not talking about the movie this time, although I did consider putting it The Haunted Mansion. Also a great throwback. It's got the vibe. It's got Eddie Murphy, a creepy mansion, ghosts. I remember seeing that movie at IMAX and I got like a toy at McDonald's that was related to the movie. Oh, I think it was a crystal ball. I had like a little crystal ball with a button that like could light it up. Anyway, I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but it's part of the movies that I think about on a regular basis and I really don't know why. Story goes, Eddie Murphy and his family visit this mansion that is for sale. Turns out it's haunted. Let's put it simple. Number 24. I was talking about witches earlier and what would be a Halloween list without Harry Potter. Now I think the most Halloween-like, that is more in the vibe that I'm looking for, is Chamber of Secrets. It's a little darker. It's got a mystery. It's got creepy snake whispering. Now of course, if you're one of those strange people who have never seen any of the Harry Potters, then start with the first one. But I mean, Chamber of Secrets is one of my favorites. It's the vibe, really. It's all about the vibe, people. Nothing more to say about that. I'm assuming that everyone has seen it, so I don't need to tell you the story. Number 25, and it's just ironic that it fell on that number because that wasn't planned at all. Okay. This one might be a little controversial, and I'm like judging myself too. I'm the first one to controverse this pick. I mean, I specifically decided not to put The Gremlins or Nightmare Before Christmas for that specific reason, but I should probably name the movie. It's Scrooged. It's Scrooged. Okay, but I swear, I always thought Scrooged was a Halloween movie until I rewatched the trailer recently and noticed that it was a twist on A Christmas Carol. I never understood that, or maybe I just didn't remember. I was a little shook. But, since I always thought that, and because the spirit of ghosts and skeletons scream louder than the spirit of Christmas, I put it on the list. I put it on the list. That's it. It is what it is. We all know the story. This awful rich man who has a shit personality. He gets his karma back when 3 ghosts from the past, present, and the future visit him to give him a little reality check, which honestly, I think a lot of us would need one. Ghost of the Past Christmas. Where you at? Number 26, 1982. Obviously. I mean, not obviously, because I wasn't too sure if I was gonna put it, but E.T. the extraterrestrial. That movie terrified me. I've had nightmares about that weird little alien that I still cannot forget. To be fair, I was also scared of the singer of the Rasmus for some reason. Maybe it was just a ghost in the video clip for In the Shadows. Anyway, yes, E.T., this wee wrinkled alien with a giraffe neck. He crashes in a backyard and a little boy finds him and decides to keep it. But E.T. wants to go home. He's very clear about this through that one sentence that he knows and the many, many frightening little screeches that he makes. Number 27, I call Out Upon the Frighteners. It's actually a movie by Peter Jackson. Who knew he made creepy stuff before doing Lord of the Rings? Ghosts! Again! Michael J. Fox plays a medium who uses his ability to communicate with the dead in order to cheat people. He's a fraud. Essentially, he sends his friends' ghosts into homes to haunt their residents. Then they're supposed to call him, and then he comes and like hunts them, and he gets paid to do that. He's a big fraud. That works out until he's face to face with an actual bad spirit / demon, and so chaos begins. It's a little funny, a little spooky, a good mix of things we like on Halloween. Talking about frauds for number 28, this other movie has a similar premise. It's called The Brothers Grimm, and it's about the Grimm brothers who go around different villages to fight off, you know, evil spirits, evil curses, and witches. But turns out it ain't true either. They're also frauds. They're also making it up. Until they get into that one village who claims that the enchanted forest is now cursed, and they get into trouble because they don't really know how to fight off the evil. It's got the dark Victorian vibe a little bit. We all like. Is it Victorian even? It's not Victorian, it's before that. I remember being scared of looking in my wardrobe because of that witch and her long freaking nails. Number 29, that one I added very last minute because I really forgot that movie existed. It was either this or The Gremlins, and no, that one came to mind, so I figured it had to be on the list. It's The Little Nicky with Adam Sandler, especially more near the end. It's a little more Halloween-like. It's a light, fluffy movie, but I love it. Essentially, the little Nicky was raised in hell. He's the devil's son. He's sort of like, oh, I was born in hell, but he's a big softie. But his brother is actually 2 brothers, yes. His 2 brothers are actually super evil. They want to take the throne. So I forget why. They just go on Earth. They're not supposed to. The devil sends little Nicky to go after them because they have to come back to hell. Otherwise, he's gonna fall to pieces. Not the little Nicky, the devil. Hell, Halloween. Yes. Yes, it goes on the list. Number 30, The Little Vampire. I was obsessed with that movie when I was a child. I feel like I've said that to every single one on my list. But anyway, I was so obsessed that I believed I was a vampire. I drew myself as a vampire on every single thing I could draw. Give me a break. I was 5. I could believe what I wanted to. Look. Talent. This little boy who moves to, I believe, England? Is it Ireland? Scotland. Anyway, in that... somewhere over there. And he keeps dreaming about vampires and that vampires are real and then he tells people in his class just laugh at him. They're like, ha ha ha, you stupid. Until like a bat flies in his room and then he's like, shit, vampires are real. So he becomes the best friend of this other vampire guy. He's gonna help them out because I think his crew of vampires want to become humans again. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, he's gonna help them out and it's a children movie, so it's light and fluffy, but it's got vampires in it. So hey, more vampires. And now comes the last movie of this list. Maybe you know where I'm going with this. Maybe you don't. That movie I'm obsessed with. I watch it every single year. This one I cannot pass by. And I think you know where I'm going with this. Yes, it's Hocus Pocus! I also got it here in VHS. Oh my god, abracadabra. Like, I don't know, everything is perfect about it. This movie has all of the vibes. 300 years ago, 3 witches who happened to be sisters were hanged, but not before they could cast a last spell, promising their return on a Halloween night when a virgin will light the black candle. Guess what? Someone did. They come back to life, and then this guy, his little sister, and his crush are gonna try to fight off them 3 witches. All of that with the help of a little black cat called Binks, and I almost named my cat this. That movie is just always a must. If you have to watch one movie for Halloween or during spooky season, it's gonna be that one, okay? Okay, there we have it. We're done. 31 glorious movies that passed the vibe check later. We had a lot of ghosts, we had some witches, we had a lot of vampires, a lot of them. That's what Halloween needs. Working on this list actually really put me in the mood for spooky season, because let's be honest, this year is weird, man. I really hope you enjoyed my suggestions. If you did, well, you can start watching all of these right now. One every day until our blessed day. And if you want more of this, well, obviously you can subscribe to my channel by clicking that little button created for that purpose and like that video for more. Just before I let you go, I would like to take the occasion to announce a little something. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, you might already be aware, but I have just opened my own Etsy store. Yay! There isn't much on there yet, but there is some little Halloweeny pendants handmade by me. I think they're very cute. They're a little spooky, so you should check my store out. It's called The Northern Willow, and I will link it down in the description. Okay, I am done taking all of your attention. You can go. Jesus. I'll see you here again soon, or you can follow me on all of my social medias to see what I'm doing in the meantime. I'm wishing you a nice, cozy, ghostly movie session and a very chilling COVID-19 spooky season. Peace. We made it. We made it. Ugh.